Beyonce, you leave it? No, because I had it right.
Oh, I was pushing it more over there so you can see Ivy.
I was good. Beyonce brings Blue Ivy out during her Renaissance tour, and she starts to dance. She has
her daughter. I asked you that. You said you didn't.
I don't know how old her. It says here 11-year-old.
Okay.
And she has a whole choreographed scene with her. So she comes out, she does choreography, and she's getting older. 11, and people were being very negative about how she was dancing.
Okay.
They was talking about how she was stiff.
Did you see the video?
Yeah, you can see the video and stuff.
Okay.
They was just saying how she was stiff and she can't dance and her mom could dance and just comparing her. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine being compared to your mom if she's Beyonce?
No, I can. They talked about that on The View. They talked about, there was an actual topic along the lines of kids in their parents' shadow as either actor, singer, athlete. It's a lot of pressure on them. You can't even
go out and have fun and dance with your mom without everybody coming and critiquing. Can you imagine when we was growing up, if millions of people critiqued every time you stood out or danced or something?
Think about it though. On the other side of that, it's not nice.
Why people mess with people's kids?
But I don't think people think about it that way. But I think not to condone criticism for children, because you do want to leave kids alone. If the child is older, they're definitely going to get critiqued. Over 20, over 18, 20, 21.
You mean grown?
Grown, that's what I mean. Over 18.
Okay.
Grown
is different.
That's what I'm saying. They're definitely going to get critiqued. But under 18,
underage,
people have not been nice.
No.
And even remember when
the Bush's girls,
their girls, but their girls was over 18, were they?
No, they was in high. They was in.
They tried to do it with Obama's daughters.
Them too,
and Clinton's daughter.
Everybody.
She was her
Chelsea really
Chelsea's
got it.
looks and everything. And Chelsea even said that when she was on The View. She said it comes with the territory. But so it's almost like she needs to sit down with Ivy.
She has.
Kardashians need to sit down with their kids and say, "It's coming."
Yeah.
Don't take it personal.
I'm sure they have.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is,
it's going to be out there.
It's still wrong. But anyway, the Bayhive, they call them the Bayhive. Mm-hmm. I've been calling them the Beehive. It's still B.
Like that show you said.
The Beehive, yes. They come into, they lashing out at the haters. Mm-hmm. It says, 11-year-old Blue Ivy Carter is younger than many of the other well-known babies, because remember they got other kids, is more impressive than some celebrity children who are triple her age. Earlier this year, the young girl joined Beyonce on stage in Paris, where she previously conceived during the Renaissance tour. She appeared during My Power and managed to keep up the gaggle of dancers around her, as well as her mother, who was beaming with pride at the sight of Blue Ivy being cheered on by 80,000 fans. So not only did she come out there and dance, she's dancing with professional dancers. Mm-hmm. Professional dancers and her mom.
Because I'm sure Beyonce gets the best.
So no matter how pleased the Carters were with their eldest daughter's work, miserable haters on the internet still found time to criticize her. For the most part, people appeared to take issue with Blue Ivy, saying she was stiff while dancing. Dear Black women, Blue Ivy is 11 years old, performing for the first time in front of 80,000 people. One Twitter user wrote amid all the negative discourse. Do you remember, because Mama bring this story up every single time with me. I can perform in front of anybody right now. When I was a kid, I kept saying how I was going to do my Easter speech. Mm-hmm. You see how you bring that up all the time, Mom?
You had to been 5.
I walked around the house. Mm-hmm. I did it all kind of ways. What are you looking at me so hard for? I didn't come to stay. I just came to tell you that this is Easter Day.
Real simple.
Hey, Lenore, what if I do it this way? Hey, what are you looking at me so hard for? Or, what are you looking at me so hard for? Or, what are you looking at me so hard for?
Practicing different ways.
All kind of ways.
That was very creative to even think you should
My mother said I would put my hand on my hip.
Isn't that creative as a child that you would even think of? There's different ways I can say this.
I'll put my hand on my hip. How does it sound if I do? What are you thinking of me so hard? Or is that too much?
No, should I stand to the side
and say, what are you thinking of me so hard for?
I think you even said, can I sing it?
What are you thinking of me so hard for? Okay. All kind of ways.
Until the day.
Then I got up on stage.
Drum roll.
And I went.
Remember the Cindy Brady show? When she was on that team they was going against each other and that light went on for on the air and she just stared at the light and Bobby laughed at her. I didn't even say anything. I got scared.
When you walk out on stage for the first time and everybody's looking at you, some kids they can do it. They don't have no problems. Yeah. But for me, it was, I don't know. I was like a deer caught in the headlights. I was focused on the people looking. And I became paralyzed.
But she wasn't afraid. She went out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So for her to get out on stage and dance in front of 80,000 people.
That's bold right there.
She should be applauded for just doing that.
So did you see her dance?
Yeah.
What you think?
She's dancing. I don't think dancing is like the number one thing she's going to do.
Okay.
Because they kept comparing her to like Little Bow Wow's daughter, and they dance. Like those are they dance all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think Blue Ivy is trying to dance for the rest of her life.
I'm surprised.
I think she just wanted to come out on stage and do something with her mom.
Thank you. And I'm surprised because remember one of the Super Bowls, was it J-Lo? Brought her daughter out with her.
Oh, you're right. And she wasn't doing a lot.
She did some moves.
Did she do a lot? Oh, okay.
I didn't see.
She did move.
Blue Ivy, so I don't know.
They comparing them to like little kid dancers.
No. I want to say, reason why I'm saying this is that when she brought her daughter out, her daughter was doing moves.
I think that was,
and you were like, oh, wow, she moving with her mom.
I think they was trying to compare her with Blue Ivy. And they was like, other people brought their daughters out and they wasn't.
But I'm surprised that she said yes to that.
But being
a perfectionist, Michael Jackson kind of thing.
But Michael would bring his kids out even if they couldn't dance. But if he wasn't terrified putting a mask on them and stuff. But the thing that I find with Beyonce, if it's true, she showed the backstage type of, not backstage, the
mommy
moment, the day of her performances, what she does.
Oh, okay. Up to that moment.
So she gets up, she takes care of her kids because her kids are with her, I guess, on the road.
Okay.
And she eats, whatever her breakfast or lunch is. She wakes up
probably
late. Yeah. And then she rehearses a little bit and then she goes on stage. That's her. And she said she tries to, towards the end, I guess, she wants to see the culture wherever she's at. So she tries to work that into her schedule where she can go to a museum. She says she loves museums. So wherever she is, she'll try to go to a museum or out of the country or something. She probably went to the whatever, the one in Paris that we went to.
The tower?
No, the one with the Mona Lisa.
Oh, okay.
You know
that museum,
yes.
Whatever that is. Okay.
So she goes to museums wherever she is. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking when she said that, part of her spending time with her daughter is probably that choreography. Think about it. Her daughter is doing the same choreography she's doing. So they probably rehearse together. They probably dance together. And that's her time that she gets to spend with Blue Ivy. So I think for her, it was more of a proud mommy moment. Not so much my daughter's going to come out on stage and show everybody that she can dance. More like that, I think.
Did she build her up too when she was on stage?
No, she just came out. She popped out.
Because when I saw Good Morning America, when Whitney Houston was alive, and she had her daughter with her, and they did those outdoor concerts at that time. Every Friday it would be some outdoor in the park in the New York Times Square, and that's when her voice was really raspy. It was like she was
Whitney Houston,
during her last days. So she presented her daughter, build her up. This is my daughter, whole sister. She started singing, and I went like,
How is that any different than...
she can't sing.
But how is that any different
but
than...
she built her up, too.
How is that any different than grown people doing that? We just went to a concert. I'm not going to say the name. Where it was a woman, a very prestigious woman. And she built up her daughter who came out, and her daughter couldn't sing. You know who I'm talking about. We were sitting there going, so we got to, while she changes her outfit, we got to sit here and listen to her daughter.
Oh, it just hit me who you talking about. And she's grown.
And
so we can't actually talk about it, but she's a grown woman.
But let me tell you, I bet you she don't give two rats what you think. That's my daughter, and she want to sing.
And the mom came out and said, "Oh, did you enjoy her?" The audience.
Thank you. So it doesn't matter.
Of us just sat there and went.
And it's a grown woman.
So glad she's
it doesn't matter.
Now.
So mother bears. Women will rip you apart about their kids.
I know.
They will swear up and down their kids can sing
but
or,
you know
or talented. And you go see them and they say, "How is my child?"
Okay.
And you go,
for some reason, you guys, I'm between this. Okay. Don't hate me.
But kids is different. Are you saying adult or kids? Kids or adults?
Okay. I want to say both.
No, I don't. I disagree.
Here's the thing.
Kids are off limits.
Sincerely.
Don't put them on stage.
Yes.
That's not right. Okay, so somebody...
Because you're putting them out there to even be criticized and ridiculed.
But what if they're like me? Where I was saying I told y'all how I was going to do the speech. And I was very talented.
We had to coach you as you were standing there, Kim. What are you looking at?
But when the lights hit me, I was different. So what if it's that? What if they're good in practice?
No, that's different. That's different.
But how do we know how she is in practice?
Here's the reason why I feel it's different, y'all listening. When you're preparing for those little once a year Easter speeches, we used to call them, you're preparing for an actual event that's going to take place in church.
Yeah.
So that's for a specific event.
Okay, so
that's different than a 80,000 stadium and you are a number one hit, one name, and you bring your child out. They better be good.
Okay, well my thing
that's all I'm saying.
So I'll put onus on both then. I'll do onus on both.
Okay.
But the child has nothing to do with it. She doesn't know that 80,000 people are going to do something.
But you putting her out there.
But I'm saying I put the onus on both.
Okay.
If I agree in a certain extent, if you don't want your child to be criticized, don't put them out there.
Yeah.
Some celebrities don't show their kids.
I know.
You don't even know what their kids look like.
So talented, we won't know that.
Or you don't know what they look like.
But you know what?
Okay, perfect example.
Okay.
Rihanna didn't want to show her child when she first had him. When she showed him, people were saying he wasn't good looking. I thought he was a cute little boy. I thought he was cute. But people are so critical.
If you put your child out there, be ready.
I thought Rihanna's son is cute.
Okay.
Have you seen him?
I think you showed me a little picture of him. He had a big head, don't he?
She has a big head. So of course he's gonna have a big head.
That's the first thing I saw.
And his father, ASAP, has a big head.
Yes.
The boy didn't have a chance.
He's doomed.
But he's cute.
He is cute though.
But people kept saying he wasn't cute.
But think about it this way. What if he wasn't cute? What if he was really not a cute baby?
You know what?
I always just smile and say,
always told people this.
Rihanna's
people
baby.
used to talk about me because they used to say that I would say whether a baby was good looking or not.
Yes.
And I said, they said,
off limits, Kim.
Just because you say judge babies, if you have a child, your child's gonna be ugly. And what did I say?
He's gonna be
sharpest
ugly baby out there.
He'll have
a bow tie and a nice suit.
My child,
look at Kim's boy. That's a sharp suit. That's all you can say. Because he won't.
And his personality will be so charming.
Tappa. Oh my God, he just makes me laugh.
They would say
but he's not that cute.
It doesn't matter. They would say her baby is not that cute, but that baby is charming.
Yeah,
he's funny and he's a nice baby.
But when you understand, if you were an entertainer, you put him out there.
If you put him out there,
to be judged. Yeah. There's ugly people in this world. They don't care what age those kids are. They will talk about
and that's wrong.
It is.
Well, Beyonce sent a nice little letter. It says Beyonce pens a sweet message to Blue Ivy after her mother and daughter performance in Paris. The mother of 3 shared a message to her firstborn on Monday. Within her short and sweet statement, Beyonce noted she's so proud and thankful to be Blue Ivy's mother. Isn't that nice?
What do you do?
You bring us so much joy, my sweet angel. Of course, this message is accompanied by footage of Blue Ivy doing her thing outside, dancing with her mom. I think that she did that. No, she probably would have did it anyway, but I think she purposely did it publicly because her daughter was getting so much backlash. She wanted to say, I love you. I'm proud. I'm actually proud to be your mom.
Regardless how ugly people
and you killed it. You did the choreography the way you learned it. Nobody's asking her to be a dancer. You did it the way you learned it, and I love you. And then it said Tina, her grandmother wrote something else. Her grandmother wrote something
and see, that's what I was saying. In my opinion, that all could have been avoided.
Last night, I saw my beautiful grandbaby dance in front of almost 70,000 people. She killed it and was as cool as a cucumber. Blue Ivy Carter, no fear.
Remember when we, before Ricky Smiley, his son that passed away?
Yeah.
He had to do a comedy show.
Ricky was tough on his son.
Yeah, he was. And he was nervous about it because he's following in his dad's footsteps as a comedian.
Yeah.
So I don't know, for me, if they're young, for some reason, if they're older, they'll deal with it. They grown.
Yeah.
They can deal with criticism. They can do better if they not sound as good as their mom or dad.
Yeah.
Under a certain age, it's up to the parent.
Yeah.
You got to really know if your child is there.
But what if they do what I did? You think they good, and then when they get out in front of everybody, they don't do nothing.
I think
that's not fair.
See, the thing with this is what I would have said personally, and this is how I am, I guess, as a person. I would say, you guys receive my daughter. This is her first time, y'all. She's nervous. I would have built something around it where people would go, well, she did say she's nervous. Or she did say she's
people
a little
would still
scared.
criticize.
I don't care.
Yeah,
it would be less criticism because
right.
they figure, oh, she'd be a nice to let her daughter come on stage with her. But she's kind of giving us disclaimers. She's not like me. Y'all.
Or what about this? So there's a lot of different circumstances.
I know.
The one, like I said, where you have a talented kid like me, and then when I get in front of the audience, I clam up. Or your child is not talented. And like you said, you just want them to have fun and whatever.
Be on stage with me.
Or there's parents who actually think their children are talented. You've seen movies where people brought their kids in to act or sing, and everybody is like, sing, Melody. And Melody sing, and you go, are we hearing the same thing?
Didn't you say on American Idol, Aretha Franklin's niece or something?
Her grandchild
didn't do well.
Or something, I don't know.
You said that they auditioned for American Idol, and you think as Aretha Franklin's granddaughter.
Right.
See, that's a lot of pressure on the
That's a lot
kids.
of pressure. So that's what I'm saying. You Beyonce's daughter?
And you don't have your moves smooth?
That's not right.
Like J-Lo's kid?
That's not right. Well, J-Lo is a choreographer.
She made sure her daughter had her steps together.
Beyonce is not a choreographer.
But she dances so well.
But she's not a choreographer.
She should have had her choreographer make sure that
how do you know she didn't do what I did?
Well,
She's good behind the scenes.
I didn't see it.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Was she okay?
She was fine.
See, okay.
She just wasn't Beyonce.
Well, no. We don't expect them to be like their parents.
Exactly.
If they are,
but they was comparing her.
Wow.
Yeah, they was comparing her to Beyonce.
Yeah, I mean, comparing it to the parents, she's only 11.
Yeah.
Okay. How was Beyonce dancing at 11? Tippa tappa tappa. She was doing those little shows in the house.
Yeah,
she wasn't all that.
And nobody says Beyonce. Yeah, sorry, Beehive, but Beyonce is not like the best. Beyonce moves her hair.
She wasn't gifted like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, she knows that. She knows she's not.
Michael Jackson was like
Beyonce knows she not Chris Brown
at 5 years old.
Yeah, she know that. She got Tiana Taylor.
Okay.
She knows what to work with what she got.
Okay,
so that's why she moves her hair and all that stuff, because that makes you feel like the person is doing
and
something.
Her fans, beehives.
Yeah.
Bayhives.
Yeah.
Every fan following is going to protect the person.
Yeah.
Anything to deal with them.
All right. So let's read what people said. Layla says, hey, ladies. Hey, Layla. Emerald says, good day, ladies. I remember my first play and I was terrible. Thank you, Emerald. That's how I was. Mm-hmm. Wendy says, hello, gals.
Hello.
She says hi to everybody. Layla says, Right. Blue is her own world, shining bright like her mom. Wendy says her daughter, her business, get a freaking life. Layla says the great Whitney Houston, when you brought up Whitney Houston.
Yes.
Wendy says only a mother knows their child. Everyone else is guessing. Emerald says, hey, Wendy. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Emerald says, I agree with you, Wendy. People got so much to say, and their children are all kinds of jacked up. Wendy says he's adorable. She must be talking about Rihanna's little baby.
Oh, yeah.
He's cute.
With the big head.
He's cute, though. Emerald says, don't say ugly baby. Say that they are precious. Or whatever
they are precious. Even if they look like monkey.
Wendy says there is a bond between a mother and child and no one else can invade it. Yeah, mama bears will rip you apart. Mm-hmm. Emerald says people's children are completely off limits to me. And Wendy says people with no life always try to pick apart everybody else. Mm-hmm. There's a bond between a mother and a child and nobody else can fully comprehend. Lila's agreeing and Wendy says it's so pathetic. And Mean Shay says, good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
Hello, Mean Shay.
So all I just have to say is just parents need to understand we have an ugly world out there. Yeah. So your kid will, if you open them to that ugly world, hopefully they got thick skin. Yeah. And not even care. They just doing their thing because they with their family, mom.
Colin Thompson says, good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
Colleen. All right, y'all. Okay. So that's Beyonce. Everybody leave Blue Ivy alone. Let her do what she wants to do. She'll get better if she's gonna do this on tour. She'll keep coming out there and she'll get better and better as she does it. I have sympathy for her because I bombed the first time I got on the stage, and I just knew I was gonna do good, and I didn't.
I did too when I first sang in a group.
Oh, you did?
I forgot the words. When I was in college, that's the first group I sang in.
And you forgot the words?
I forgot the words.
How'd you get out of it?
I just kind of sat there.
Nobody sung for you?
The group was singing, and I just forgot the words, so I just.
But that wasn't your first time singing in college. You sung in church.
That's choir. You can get away with a choir.
You sang in the choir.
I sang a lead and I sang in the choir. This is an ensemble. This is 6 of us.
Oh, that's
This
right.
is 6 of us with 5-part harmony.
Yeah.
It's 2 altos. I sing the second alto, and they sing the tenor, and I'm sitting there going, "This is my note."
Yeah. Oh, drop my little phone. Go ahead, keep going.
What's my note? So I was nervous about that, and that was my very first concert outdoors on the campus.
Sorry, TikTok. Go ahead.
And I had to get through that. And the leader of the group was trying to encourage me, continue on. The more you do it, the more you do it, you get comfortable. You get comfortable with crowds. There have been times when I would lead praise and worship, y'all, at church.
I bet you shook the table.
No.
That's why my phone.
Oh, I don't know. I would lead praise and worship at church. Forget the words because I'm getting older. A praise song that everybody pretty much knew. And we had the words behind us on. You know how some churches have the big old display of the words? I got to where I didn't remember the words, and I said, y'all know the words, and I pointed at the screen.
You should have pretended like this lady.
Sing
this lady on TikTok was pretending like she was happy, getting happy. You know how they say get happy in church? And she was doing this, and and then her wig fell off.
Touching the table.
That's what I said.
Oh, maybe it's the bottom.
Her wig fell off, and she pretended like she passed out under the Holy Ghost. You should have did that while you were singing.
One of my pieces came off too.
You should have did that. You should have been singing praise and worship.
Too hard.
And it fell off while you were singing?
It fell off while we were on stage. It was a little puff.
Did you put it back?
I let it go.
In the middle of singing?
No, we were doing we were like a high praise. Maybe some people just dancing and just getting praising God. And the hair fell off. It wasn't tight enough.
I love watching these things on TikTok where the pastor falls or something, and they'll keep trying to preach. Just acknowledge it for goodness sake.
Turn it back and go.
Why can't they just acknowledge it?
I don't even know.
If I was preaching and I failed, I would say, y'all, we fall down, but we get up. Or something. And then keep preaching.
I told Kim quickly before we move on.
Why are you acting like you didn't fall?
I was watching a documentary of Ella Fitzgerald. That's a bad woman. Boy.
Yeah.
When it comes to scatting, I have not heard anybody scat like her.
Yeah, Ella Fitzgerald.
And she was in a concert in Germany somewhere, and she forgot the words, and she was singing, I forgot the words to this song, but you guys can sing along.
Yeah, just keep singing.
I don't remember what I used to say, but it'll come along. I was like, go ahead, Ella. Making up your own words.
See, that's somebody who
I'm not shaking the table.
That's somebody who
the floor is shaking.
That's somebody who knows how to keep the show going.
Yes, fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Improv. You're good at improving.
I'll improv.
That's why I said we fall down, but we get up. My sister's good with improv, and if the monitor is messed up, she'll keep it going.
Yeah, keep on going.
Keep it flowing. Okay.
All right, y'all. So
we diverse,
again, a person who I told you I don't ever think about. I told you Kamala Harris is somebody who I think
on The View they talked about this today, and maybe the White House and people